Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So if I told you the most important part, in my opinion, of frugal living had nothing to do with saving money, spending money, investing money, you'd probably think I was crazy. Well, that is what I'm telling you. The most important part of frugal living has nothing to do with money. What am I talking about? Stick around. So first of all, I would like to ask you a question. Is your home the most important place to you? Is it the place that you can't wait to get to? Is it your favorite place? Your sanctuary, if you will? If the answer to any of those questions is no, that right there is more important than anything you're going to do with money. Because the idea of the home is where the heart is, you know. If your heart's not there, that's probably something to address. If you don't have that yearning to go home, that is something to address. Why? You know, trying to figure out why that is. Because that makes us spend a lot of money by trying to be out of our home. So I have a plant out front by my kitchen, and I only ever remember to water it like sporadically, probably twice a week. So it'll get all droopy, and then after I water it, it's all nice, and it just hasn't grown the way like the ones in the back have grown, because those ones I focus on. I'm always watering them, pruning them, doing all that, because I remember to do that. But they're the ones that are growing. And I think when, you know, a lot of us will go on these binges where we'll just do a marathon clean for a weekend, right? But then over the course of the week or the month, whatever it is, dishes pile up, laundry piles up, everything gets filthy. We haven't dusted, we haven't vacuumed, we haven't done any of it. And in doing that, what happens is we don't want to be home, because all these things that we need to do are staring us in the face all the time. You know, maybe we can't even make dinner because, you know, or breakfast or whatever, because the dishes are so piled up. I've even heard of people buying new dishes instead of just washing what they have because it's so overwhelming. So my point with this video, you guys, is I love being home. I love my house. I love everything about my house. We put a lot of time and effort into home, not just this house, but home. The way it feels, the way people feel when they come into it. There's food, it's clean. You know, not all the time, but as a general rule, it's tidy. It's almost always tidy. Even if I haven't, you know, mopped the floor for a bit or whatever, it's always tidy. People feel comfortable. There isn't stuff everywhere. And I want everybody to feel that way. I want everybody in their home to feel the way I do at mine. When we are trying to run from our home, we spend a lot of money. We don't feel good about our environment. You know, Dr. John, I think his name is Dr. John Deloney. He's one of the Ramsey personalities. He was saying, he had Minimal Mom on there, Dawn from the Minimal Mom. He was saying how clutter actually makes us feel fearful. Now, I'm thinking, when, you know, we all know the saying, you know, never make financial decisions when you're either scared or drunk. Well, if our house is what's making us feel fearful, that's pretty hard to get away from. So my thought on it is, instead of trying to get away from it, let's fix it. You know, let's make it to where it's our favorite place. It's the place we want to be. Not that we can't take vacations, not that we don't want to go visit people or go do things, but that That's where our heart is. We want to be there. We feel comfortable there. We feel loved, cared for, fed, all of those things. So I guess in a nutshell, what I'm saying is our mindset has a lot to do with how we feel, obviously. Now, if we change our surroundings, of course, how we feel changes. Now, has anybody ever stayed in an Airbnb or even a fancy hotel, or not even a fancy hotel, even cheap hotels? There's very little in there, but there's everything that you need in there. Now, this isn't a, thought on minimalism or anything, but it is, I am making the point of, we don't need a ton of stuff to make us feel at home. We can give the feeling of home without having stuff everywhere. As a matter of fact, as Dr. John Deloney was saying, clutter and everywhere you look there's things that makes us feel fearful. So what would be the opposite of that? In my mind, the opposite of that would be cleanliness. It's your eye can look around and rest on something. It doesn't cause anxiety. So it's decluttered. There's some purposeful things out to look at that look pretty, that, some blankets that might feel cozy and all of that. It's clean. It's decluttered. It's purposeful. That's what I'm talking about. In doing all of these things, cleaning the house, making sure it's kept clean. Things are put away so they're actually useful and can be used when needed. Putting things where they go, that where they are. Saves a lot of time. A lot of, geez, where is that? Looking around for everything. My point is just doing things on purpose. On purpose, making your surroundings, whether it's just your room that you're responsible for, maybe you have an RV, maybe you have a house, apartment, whatever the case may be. Whatever you're in charge of, making that place where you want to be. You love being there. It just fills you being home, That's what I want you to feel. So I would like to know what part of this you agree with. Maybe you don't agree with this is the most important part. That's fine. I want to know that too. This is just my personal opinion. It's all personal finance for a reason. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.